Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome back to a US 11 video. One in a lifetime, you know, I barely release these now, but this is a pretty big update, so I was like, you know what, I need to make a video on this, help people understand what's going on and whatever. Everyone's joining their studios, and then they got this big orange bar across their screen, and some people might not know what that means. And they do link you to an article, and someone linked me to the article last night when I was streaming, as of the day of this recording. And so I looked at it, and I'm going to look at it in this video as well. I'm going to give you guys my opinions and try and help simplify what it means and what might be coming in the future for developers. And since I myself am a game developer, I might be able to give a greater outlook on this, if that makes sense, or, you know, a greater opinion on it. My opinion might be heavier or way more, or be taken more seriously since I work on games, and this will directly affect people like me or other developers who consistently work on big games like the one you see here. This one's gonna be huge. Well, I hope it will be, and I look forward to releasing it. But aside from that, that's for another video. This map will, I don't know, we'll do something with it maybe. We're gonna get into the juicy part of the video, that being the orange bar at the top of our screen, the changing asset privacy for audio. So let's jump right in. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to actually be doing is reading the dev forum post itself, the one that they link in the studio. If you want access to it, I'll link it down below in the description, and I will also tell you right now that you can just click the orange bar because it has a link on the text, and you just click that and it'll take you to it. So that'll work too. Or you can click the what's new button too, and that will take you to it as well. And then you can learn about it there, and all sorts of updates on the what's new tab if you want to read those as well. Alright, so before I begin, I'd like to say that it's kind of hard to give a good, balanced opinion on something like this without actually experiencing what it's like at all, because the update's just not rolled out yet. There are definitely things about this update that each person may like or dislike. And just like every update to anything, it has good and bad parts. And this also varies from person to person, how they perceive it. So you can't immediately just call it good or bad because it's like a Roblox update or something. Oh my gosh, Roblox updated. This is terrible. You know, you haven't even like researched it or whatever. I don't know. You haven't even tried it. It's like March 22nd and it's March 10th. And like, oh, this sucks. And you haven't even experienced it. All right. So the first thing that it says is, we are making important changes to the way privacy works for audio, giving you more control over how your assets are used across the platform. On March 22nd, all new audio uploaded will be private, and all existing audio longer than 6 seconds will be set to private. This basically just means what it says. Every audio that you upload is going to be only set to ownership by you, and you're the only one who can access it. And the longer than 6 seconds audios will all be set to private as well. That means anything existing on the current marketplace that they call it now, or the library if you want to call it that still, those will also be set to private. And then they have a list of other things that you might need to know for this update, or more major things that they want you to know. First one here is, starting today, all audio uploads are free. To support this, there are now monthly limits on how many audio assets you can upload. And so that's the same thing they did with the badges. You know, there's a, I don't know what number of badges you can upload in a month, but they're now completely free. It used to be 100 Robux, but that's a less or a minor one because nobody's really uploading 1 million badges. They're not uploading that many badges. It's not that big of an impact. They're also including ID verification with this, meaning that if you have an ID verified with their third-party provider, whatever it is, verification service, then you can upload 100 audio assets per month. They never specify what it is if you don't have ID verification, but it's probably something like, I don't know, 10? I have no idea. But I guess that can be seen as a good thing for some. ID verification isn't that big of a deal, so you get 100 free audio assets if you verify your ID. They also released something called an audio discovery plugin, which, as it's called, you can find audio, discover audio, and apparently you can review the ownership of all the audio assets in your games. And then the third one is that they will be making up for this update for the lost or privated audios by adding 100,000 other rights cleared songs and more than 100,000 new professionally produced SFX. And one of these being Monster Cat. So that's a good thing for me because I like Monster Cat music. So I guess that works out in a way. But I hope they upload the old ones. The old Monster Cat songs are really good. I like those. You know, put them in a game finally without getting copyright struck. You know, a few years ago, you weren't able to do that. And you know, this is something they point out, which I also support, and it is very important. And it's that you read through the whole announcement in its entirety, ask any questions you might have. But if you guys have any questions for me, you can ask them in the comments though. And with that, I'm just gonna read the rest of the article, and then I'll come back to you guys like right after this with my opinions and everything I've learned from this, notes I've taken, all of that. I'm gonna read the comments, I'm gonna read other things, go around and search about and do whatever, and then I'll come back with you and formulate my response or whatever. I'll talk about it basically. See you in a second for you. It'll be a blink of an eye.
2,000 years later.
Okay, welcome back. I've done all my research and read a bunch about it, and now let's get into it some more. I do think the audio plugin will make it a lot easier to manage audio in a very minor way, just like by being able to see where your audio is, like in a part or something, and being able to manage it from there. That's pretty cool. As for the privatization of audios, it's a difficult topic to take sides on. Positive for it is that you don't have to really scour the website as much for an audio you're looking for. On the other side, it sucks that you won't have the convenience of being able to use other people's audios or share your own. At the same time, a lot of these audios weren't really that good anyway. Be it they're uncensored or they're bypassed, they're not even full length, they're poor quality, they start early or start late, something like that. And this would often result in someone having to look for longer periods of time, searching among thousands of audios. Or at least with a Roblox audio, it'll be somewhat more precise what you're searching for. They're not completely, since sometimes the titles are really weird. Like you could type in sunset and it'd show up a song of a guy playing a banjo. This is why I say it's hard to take sides on though. For some this is a win, and for some it's a loss. You have to do some work with your game audios now. For example, in my game, we don't have many audios yet, and besides, a lot of them are made by the guy I work with, so we don't really have to worry about it. One thing I think people should take note though is that the addition of audios being free opened a lot of doors and somewhat clear up the whole tension and mess of having to replace audio. Like let's say you had to pay still, like you had to pay Robux to add it to the group or add it to another user or use it in multiple areas. You know, now that it's free, you can just be like, okay, I already have this audio. I can go upload it again and it should work out okay. You know, I know there's poor moderation sometimes and people get banned randomly, but that's another issue that has to be handled in itself. Okay, so let's say it's March 22nd and I'm going to look for a thunderstorm audio because I was in my game, I looked and I have to replace one of the thunderstorm audios. Let's say Roblox doesn't have one, but since it's free, I can take it upon myself to go onto the internet, find copyright-free thunderstorm audio, or buy rights to SFX, as in sound effects. This does mean you can find even higher quality audio in its original form, but it also has its drawbacks, as in some cases it may take longer to find the audio you want or may cost real money. Though I did go to a few websites which sell sound packs, and these cover a variety of sounds and have a variety in cost, some being cheap or free and some expensive, but many of them often have over 100 sounds in each pack. The more expensive ones sometimes have tens of thousands of them, which is comparable to the Roblox audio library itself. If you're a bigger game developer and were at all interested in making your game stand out or be better, I think this is a very good or plausible option. I mean, there are tons of audio websites out there. I did one search and like 10 came up immediately, sound, and they all have like different packs of their own that they've produced themselves. Some of them professional, some of them, you know, beginner, and a lot of them are even free. They provide you with free sound effects, and a lot of them might even have more diversity than Roblox or be more specific. It's the internet, really, so all you gotta do is look and you might find a jackpot. And on the subject of moderation, I think this update is great for eliminating bypass dirty audios, breaking terms of service. I don't play many games now, but I'd get tired of joining games where people would pay Robux so they could play bypassed or dirty audios, and I also would feel bad for the other players dealing with it. You know, honestly, I think boombox game passes on Roblox should just be banned altogether. As soon as you upload a game pass that says boombox, just like destroy the game. So I've also went ahead and read some of the comments on the dev forum post, and a lot of them are concerned about how games with a lot of music will replace all of their sounds, or sounds in general in their game. How are they going to replace them? I don't mean to be rude about it, but literally the whole dev forum post was about how you'll be able to replace the audio in your game. You've got the audio plugin, the deadline, the free uploading of audio, and the whole new Roblox library that they're going to be updating apparently, that we're supposed to take advantage of in order to replace all the audio in our games. Find free audio, make your own, or use ROBLOXes. Now once again, I do agree that it sucks that people will have to run around to find audios for their game, but at the same time I think it's a great prospect in that people will now be more interested in, one, making their own sounds or music, and two, going out looking for better audios to use in their games, be that on Roblox or the internet. Overall, for me, my final take is going to be that the goods outweigh the bads in this case. Compared to a lot of updates on Roblox, I think this one's pretty okay. From reading a lot of the comments, a lot of people seem to have an immediate negative opinion of it, but I don't think they have thought enough of it through. The only giant concern should really be for large games with lots of music in them. To begin with, games that revolve around solely music, like Roblox or something like that, they should already be all copyright free. And I'm pretty sure Roblox swapped out all of their songs a while back already for the copyright reasons, for the DMCA laws and everything. And the music for the game should probably already be uploaded to the group if they were being smart about it. And that would make sense. If you're focused on making a music game, I would probably upload all the music to the group. Now I've got a few points that I've sort of developed through thinking about all of this and reading up on it, and this is kind of like my resolution, I guess. Not even a resolution, just my conclusion. What would I call it? My final points that I've gathered from learning about all of this. That's pretty much what it is. So the first one being, smaller developers really have little reason to worry about this if they don't have a largely played, published game where music becomes an issue if it's missing. They have time to think about it and find their own music before they release it, and who knows, better options may come up now. I'd also really like to think that a successful game would have already thought about managing, finding, or creating their own audio. But I also know there are people out there who don't put much effort into making their game, making it their own, also known as free modelers. My second point is that if you've made your own audio, music, or sound effects, and you've already uploaded it once by yourself, there should be little issue with having to re-upload it again if you have to use it somewhere else. Like, I think if it's gone through moderation once, I think the moderation would clear it again immediately. It's like uploading a shirt twice. It'll probably clear it if it's already cleared it once. My third point is, as I see it, it's no different than going out onto the internet and finding free sounds. The same thing as the audio library. And to be honest, I think search queries of a search engine are a lot more powerful and will provide better results than Roblox's library ever could. And finally, I think it's a good habit to get into, where games or games that wish to be established, or make a name for themselves, are uploading and creating their own audio. It would be a good look to make your game feel like a AAA studio game, a really largely played game, where they make their own audio and they upload their own sounds and everything. They do everything themselves. I realized that I didn't bring up one important thing that they said on the dev forum post while I was editing the video, and it's that they want to maybe push this onto other things in the creative or creators market. Things like the models, the decals, or meshes. And I think this is a horrible idea because there's no reason to with models or meshes or something of this nature. With decals, there might be reason there. There might be an incentive because people abuse decals and they post dirty things in games by using decals and bypasses and things like this. And there is copyright laws with decals. Like if you upload a picture of Coca-Cola or something, that might cause issues. The same thing goes with textures, for example. If you rip textures from another game, you can't use those. And if they find out that you did, then they'd have to take your game down. So once again, that's a different subject. That's a different topic. So I don't want to dig too deep into that right now. In general, I don't think I'd like to see that happen anytime soon. At least for models, meshes, plugins, and videos and things like that. And with that, that finishes my points. That wraps up the discussion or the commentary of this whole ordeal with privacy on audio. And now I'm gonna delve into helping you guys replace your audio, basically. You know, I'm a studio channel, so I've gotta help people when updates come around. You know how to use the update, how to adapt to it. You know what it is.
The next day.
Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and explain to you or show you how you can replace your audios and find new ones for your games. And the first thing we're going to do is go up here into the tabs, find the plugin view sounds by going to our plugins tab. And one thing to know is that all your Roblox plugins, they're probably going to have this blue shade of color. So that's one way to recognize them. And so we're going to go ahead and find the view sounds one, click it, open it, it'll show a UI. In this case, at first it started down here and then I just moved it, so it might be down here for you. Or it could be somewhere else. I have no idea, but you can find it. It's going to be pretty easy. And the first thing you want to do is look at all of your audios here. It's showing all of your audios, the ID, the name of them, how long they are, and the creators. And you want to look for these ones with the X's. And once you click on one of them, it'll show the instance and it'll show the path. The path being where the sound is. And so in this case, I will be looking for this audio. I have to go to workspace, particle cannon, core, stationary generator. And this is basically just telling you where it is in your whole workspace. And I know what it is. I know this model since I named them. That's one thing I advise you guys do. Make sure you name all of your stuff so you know where stuff is, like this. So I know it's this. This is the particle cannon right here. I go into here, I alt-clicked it to access the part in the model. And then I open this and you can find there's the audio, stationary generator. And I have two of them, so I have to delete both of them. Yeah, I only deleted one, and if I go back in here, it'll still be here because they're not all gone. And it'll show you the amount of instances. Like now, there used to be two, now there's only one. And so I'm gonna alt-click this one as well, drop it down, stationary generator. Now it's still showing here, but you can click refresh. And now they're all gone, so it is okay now. Now I have to do this with all of these audios until they're a green check mark, or you reload the game and they become a blue check mark, which means they're allowed to be used in the game. And you could see that by when you hover over it, it says qualifies as a sound effect. But now I'm going to tell you guys some ways that you can replace this audio, places you can find them, other methods of finding things, and how you can make this change easier or faster. Alright, so to start replacing some of your audios, I think this is one of the best methods. And it's just to find your best search engine, whatever one you use. Start searching professional sounds, free SFX, sound effects. A lot of these websites, they're not amazing. You know, you have to avoid some sketchy stuff sometimes. But, you know, that's just a part of being safe and smart on the internet. I found this website called Boom yesterday. And I think they've got a lot of professional audios. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, games use the audios from here. I don't know if that's completely true, but I believe it with the sound quality I've heard from them. And, you know, you go here up into their products, you go to Original Boom Library SFX. They've got like a range of costs for all your tools and stuff. I think they give you previews and stuff. Free SFX, that's the first thing that comes up here. Alright. And yes, a lot of these aren't really that good, but hey, come on, they are still free. And I think personally that a lot of these are still better than some of the ones uploaded to Roblox. And let's see, can I just download it right away? Please log in, okay. So maybe you have to make a new account, but let's see how hard that is. All right, temp mail. I'm gonna show you guys right now how easy it is. Temp mail, disposable email. It'll load up a new email for me. Let's see if it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they detect that it's a fake email. Let's put Joe and then Mama. Enter our fake email. What password do we want? I guess I'll create a random one. All right, and then I click register. If there's any other shady business, then obviously it won't matter. Yeah, see, it successfully did it. We're now Joe Mama with a random email, and there we go. We can download it, and let's see. Does it completely work? Yeah, works fine. No viruses, nothing. So there you go. It's as easy as that. Just be safe on the internet, and you should probably be okay. And to wrap it up, if you don't like those audios, you can go buy really, really good ones from professional studios themselves or websites like Boom. You know, I was editing the video right now, and as I was editing it, I was like, if you really, really, really want to save on time, you could just use the Roblox audios that they give you. The easiest way to do this is open your view, go to the toolbox, go down to audio, and search for your audio there if you want. You know, it'll all be there. Or you can go to what they call the creator marketplace now and search for it manually there, page by page. And so yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. This is a new type of video for me because this is like commentary, ranting, not so much ranting, but it is commentary, and I'm like giving you guys my opinions on a new update. So let me know what you guys think of this video. Also, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends, family, and everyone you know. even the trees outside, you know, everywhere. And I think that helps when you grow the most, so I'd appreciate it if you did all that. And finally, I hope this helped you guys. I hope you took something away from this video or learned something new. And if you did, come back for more. And I will see you guys in the next one.
Roblox is free!